Hello and welcome to another episode of Fat Chat. I am your host, Brandon. To my far right, we have James.
Hi-ya!
James.
Yes, sir.
It's a beautiful shirt.
It is a beautiful shirt.
Right?
Did you know that it glows in the dark?
I had every idea.
Yes.
That's one of the actual glow-in-the-dark shirts, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
So we did, everybody who doesn't know, this is our Fat Island Gaming shirt. This is the first shirt we put out. There was one very exclusive run that came out that was full glow-in-the-dark. Then we had a second run of them that was just blacklight glow. So the blacklight glow are still awesome if you're a nerd who decides to go partying in a club. The glow-in-the-dark shirts are awesome all the time.
I agree. Yeah.
I didn't even check if the camera was looking at us.
You didn't even check that
That's why I have six. Can you check if the camera is looking at all of us?
I think you can see it over there. It makes
know that?
sense.
All right,
See,
cool.
God,
See, he's the man.
that's why. That's why we have a producer here. Josh.
What's up, baby?
I already said somebody had a cool shirt, but you do have a cool hat.
I have an awesome hat.
Your Nuka-Cola hat.
It's a Nuka-Cola hat. It says Nuka-Cola on the end. I even went home and changed into a new shirt that was my work shirt.
Were you in a black button-up?
Yes, I was, because I was
Yeah.
at work today, and I actually went home and changed because I was like, oh, he's going to talk about my shirt. I should put on an interesting shirt.
It is a pretty cool shirt still.
So I did, yeah.
But I already said someone had a cool shirt, so I had to go with your hat. Because your hat is actually cooler than your shirt.
I don't know, dude. They're hawks with sloth faces on it.
It's more, your hat's more relevant to the podcast. How about that?
Way true.
How about that?
That is very true.
Hey, DBZ9410. How's it going?
Hey, DBZ. And hi, Sphinx. He said he's just dropped me in to say hi, but he's going to go.
Oh, Sphinx. Hi. Bye. Thanks for joining. And Peter
He's our newest Patreon.
is my person to my right. I was going to say our.
Our.
Your heterosexual life mate.
That's right. He's the Silent Bob to my J.
That actually really fucking works.
The peanut to my
He
butter.
talks often, but you can just never hear him.
It's true. No, it's so
It's
true.
so true.
It's
I have a
so
low voice.
so.
Look, I'm half
true.
deaf, but Brandon isn't, and even he's like,
You have
"What'd
like
you say, Peter?"
fucking tinnitus.
That might be true. You might have
Spinal
tonight.
stenosis too.
Peter, how's it going?
Wasm schism.
Wasm shiz.
Wasm fucking schism.
Right?
All right, so 3 of us here. Sorry to leave you out for this part because this isn't going to pertain to you.
Copy that.
We hit the Game On Expo, which was up in Mesa. How did you guys enjoy it?
It was a thing.
It was something.
It was definitely a thing.
It was, so anybody who doesn't know, it's a video game expo that happens right here in Arizona. It happens up in Mesa and is tiny. Absolutely,
I
just
like the small.
it was
I'd rather
mild.
do that than Phoenix Comic Con.
You would,
Yeah.
You
Because
would.
Phoenix Comic Con is fucking savage.
It's pretty nuts.
Yeah.
yeah.
And
no.
even though you get to meet like cool people, like you're a face in a crowd of 1 million,
Yeah.
you have to pay way more. Your fucking feet hurt.
It
It's
sounds
hot.
like I was saying, I called it humble. It's a little bit more intimate.
Yeah. My feet didn't hurt at the end of the day,
It was
and I could fucking breathe.
it was definitely geared towards a different audience. It was more about retro games, indie games, smaller stuff like that. It wasn't big. The biggest names there were the voice of Master Chief and Cortana.
Correct.
Jen Taylor was awesome.
Jen Taylor was hilarious.
Yes,
she was
she's so
absolutely great.
The voice of Ryan Hart was also there from Overwatch.
Yep. And he does a ton of voices.
John
so-
St. John?
Darren.
Can I forget his last name?
I can't remember his last
He
name.
did the Master Chief, right?
That's
The-
Steve.
Steve
yeah,
Downs.
Yeah.
Steve Downs.
So they were both
John
there.
St. John is Duke Nukem, excuse me.
correct.
They were both there. We hit up their panel, which was actually a ton of fun.
Yeah,
There-
it was a good panel.
Their panel was good. They obviously threw around a lot of voices, which is cool because they're voice actors.
I think some of the audience, and it's not, of course, the panel's fault because they did do a great panel.
Correct.
But I think some of the audience ended up making it drag on too long, and some of those questions were just like, "Come on, man."
they
Come
were
on.
just like irrelevant to like what was going on.
Yeah, fanboys.
Yeah, that's
It's true.
That's true.
It's true. So-
But if I had a good time, if you ask me if I had a good time, absolutely.
I had a
great time. But
I had
it
a
was thing.
fantastic time. We went with a good group of us. So it was the 3 of us and Zach.
Yep.
Sorry, Josh couldn't make it. You were
He,
at
he
work.
had to work. Yeah, he had to work.
Yeah. So
He was
business.
planning our demise the whole day.
He was. It's cool, but
Now it all makes sense.
the coolest part of that convention,
Stop.
hands down, the coolest part of that convention was that we all got to see and touch.
What's that Bohunk Croat?
We all
hey,
got, we all got to see and touch. They said they can't hear James very well.
Yeah.
Check that shit. Check it.
Just a little.
Come on, Sid.
Check it. 6. God. The chat's chat.
This
chat,
is why
get
we
him.
don't, this is why we don't have a producer.
Chat. Tear 6 up.
No, what does not help is yelling into the mic.
It's true.
Doesn't do anything.
It does nothing.
Besides, yours is good.
Yeah. We don't need it.
I was just telling
Maybe
the
lower Brandon down a little
no.
bit?
I was telling
fucking can't.
I was telling the
fucking
chat to destroy 6, and he's over there controlling my mic. He's just going to turn it off. He's like, you guys can't hear him anymore. No, don't be mean.
I'm fucking
I
eating
don't
the
need
mic.
that.
All right, I'm eating the mic now.
But definitely the coolest part of the convention was the Sony or the Nintendo PlayStation
That
was
the coolest
there.
part. It was very cool. For
What
me, it
was the
wasn't
coolest?
part.
What was the
I
best
liked
part?
the last panel that we did with the YouTubers. That was cool.
That was so Alpha Sigma was there.
I will agree.
Alpha
Alpha Omega Sin.
Alpha Omega
Omega
Sin.
Sin. I was
There
like,
you
that's
go.
his name. I was-
God.
yeah.
Why
I
did
got you.
yeah.
I got you.
Alpha Omega Sin was there. I actually he was definitely my favorite of the panel. He talked the most.
Yep.
Which is great. You could tell everyone else up there was. I don't want to say uncomfortable, but they just didn't look like they really knew what to say.
There
How
was
to
no
be
organization that panel at all. They kind of just winged it, but it was cool.
It was definitely good.
We,
You guys should have just walked up and be like, "Hey, we're YouTubers too." Like,
Well, it was a YouTube panel for other YouTubers. So they gave
Yeah.
us tips and stuff, and then we learned probably nothing, but it was very insightful.
we learned
Okay, we learned a lot.
A
We'll probably
little
not
bit.
implement any of it because
Yeah.
we're terrible at our
because
jobs,
we
but-
we do what we do.
Yeah.
That
The cool
was
thing-
actually something I took away from that. They were like, "Do what you do."
Yeah,
So even though
exactly.
they like gave us tips, we're
Be
like,
you.
"Well, we're gonna do what we do regardless." So,
They told
yeah.
everybody to be you. Don't try to find somebody else's niche. Find your niche to scratch.
Yeah.
And I think my personal favorite part about that thing is that every time they asked a question to the audience, they were like, "Okay, which one of you guys has this? And which one of you guys has a dedicated studio? And you guys have this?" Every single time they asked a question, all four of our hands were just like. Because we're the only ones that got to raise their hand over and over and over again, except for when they said, "Can you guys edit games?" Everybody else raised their hand, and I was like,
But you guys were like,
what do you mean edit games?
"No, excuse me, edit videos." I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah,
you
yeah.
guys were like, who can do Photoshop? Everyone's hand went up, and I'm like, put everyone else's hand down.
Hey,
Technically, you can open Photoshop, but you just have to double click it.
who does every single one of our thumbnails?
You.
Me. Are they
Well,
great?
not every single one, but
Are they
most of them.
great? Yes, they are.
Some of them.
They're
And
fantastic.
Some of them are
Who
fantastic.
taught you everything you know?
Self-taught.
on
The
Photoshop?
internet.
Self-taught. His name was
Not true at
The
all.
internet.
my spirit animal taught me, and his name is Wasm Shizm. Or this guy right here next to me.
guy.
No, you really did. You helped me a lot, and then obviously playing around with it, learning, and kind of just doing what you do. So no, it was great. But no, for me, honestly, like the Nintendo PlayStation was just
That's pretty cool.
was really, to me, it was just cool because it was one of those things that I had read about years ago, like when it was like the big hype. It was like the big exciting thing to talk about because it was on the news. And then I read it and I was like, man, this thing's really cool. But it's one of those things I was like, I'm never gonna see it in my entire life.
Someone is feeling unloved. Who's that?
Oh no. Oh, the one without the beard. Oh,
Me?
that'd be you.
I'm not capable of growing beards.
He's also not capable of love either. So
It's true.
Yeah,
It
also
kind of works
true.
both ways.
Beard equals love, and
We're all loved here, Valeria, Bama. All of us.
beers equal.
And we love you.
patience. That's it.
We do.
No, but honestly, just like being able to not only see something I thought I would never see in my life, because it was one of those things I saw and I was like, oh man, that's really cool. But like, there's one of them in the world. I'll never be able to see it. I'll probably it'll just disappear and I'll never hear about it again. And then going there, and it was just at like some small booth. It wasn't like a big deal. Like nobody was stopping at his booth. People were just walking by, and like we walked by. I was like, I think I even walked by it like 2 or 3 times, and just
We all did,
The
yeah.
booth was so small that there
They
was
didn't
nothing.
even have anything behind
Nope.
them.
There was nothing to draw attention. It was just like a fold-out 6-foot table with like the thing sitting on it and a TV.
Nice.
So you just walked by, and then eventually I like walked by and I looked at it. I was like, "What is that?" It looks.
Yeah.
And then what actually caught my attention, like what actually sold me, was the controller, because it looks exactly like a Nintendo controller, but it said Sony across it. And I saw that and I just like stopped. I was like,
It kind of looks like a Super Nintendo controller, right?
"Yeah,
Yeah, it exactly is a Super Nintendo.
And it blew my
Because
mind.
it's a Super Nintendo CD.
And
yeah.
then
well, the actual name for it is like, what is it? It's Super Nintendo CD. And
I think it's-
there's another name for it too, like a more technical name, but
Oh.
Nintendo PlayStation is just like the cute name everyone adopted.
Chicken Fingers. What's up?
What's up, chicken
But
fingers?
not only did we get to see it, but he actually offered to let me play it,
Yeah.
which
that-
was phenomenal.
I would have lost my shit. Too.
How do you
Before
not?
this disappears, I have 2 questions. Do you think the Nintendo Wii U will get a price drop? And if so, what'll be? Will the NX save Nintendo? Will Nintendo suffer the same fate of
We could
Sega?
talk about that. In an
Well,
entire
we will
podcast.
talk. We will talk NX. It is part of our news, so we'll hit that, and we'll actually loop back around to your Wii U question when we talk NX, because I think that'll be relevant to that topic. It's part of our news. So DBZ, you are on track. You know what we're doing. You know what we're talking about. You could just hear. You could run the podcast for me. I could go home.
It's his first time with our show too.
Well, dude, he's doing a better job than I am. Shit. All right, we
We
better
could probably touch on the Wii U price drop.
we better get to the news before like DBZ
Yes,
just runs it
absolutely.
for me.
That's true.
Because if not, there's no reason for me to be here.
Thanks, DBZ.
You're awesome.
You're doing much better than he does.
That's true, you guys. Okay, don't bring me down. All right,
You guys have did or he specifically has done it for the last 24 hours.
What's
so.
that?
Well, that's because you
Brought you
fucking
down.
killed all of us.
Are we down?
You brought me down 6 feet under, bro.
Yeah, right.
I'll resurrect y'all. Like,
I trusted you to take us into battle, and you
That's
let us
right.
down.
No. All right, here we go.
Somehow he's still in charge.
Doom developer may have solved moving in VR.
You know what's awesome? What? This is my gorgeous wife who just brought me coffee.
Oh shit! Okay, you know what the solution here is? Peter has coffee. Brandon has grape juice.
Grape juice.
Grape juice.
Yeah.
Brandon has a big glass of grape juice. That's good for his heart.
In a wine glass?
It's grape juice.
So wine?
No, it's grape juice.
Is it fermented grape juice?
Twitch will take us down if
Oh.
we have that table, even if it looks like it.
Yeah, right. Exactly. That's just gonna get on everything.
No getting banned from Twitch today.
We're gonna try our best to knock it banned. We've pushed the limits. We've had James take his shirt off. I tried to take my shirt off, but you stopped me.
I totally took my shirt off.
I wanted to retain my vision.
he got that.
I was trying to physically. So you took your top shirt off. I was trying to take it all off.
He was trying to physically blind us.
Well, do you
Like,
remember that story that Peter told us in the car about the solar panels killing all those birds in California? That's what you would do to all
There
of us.
is a lot of light here, and I am very white. So
That's what you should do. We didn't buy all these lights. You just stand over there.
just stand there and just reflect the light. There's truth
Smart.
to that.
Smart.
There's truth to that.
Turn
you
off the
guys.
lights and I glow.
That's right. To the extreme, I rock a mic like a vandal, light up the stage and up a chump like a candle. Oh,
Nice, very nice.
Vanilla Ice.
Can somebody please make a highlight of that?
Oh,
Please do it.
if Nerd Alert's watching, he will. You just got memed.
Everyone can have highlights now. It used to be just Twitch partners, but there's a highlight button on the Twitch box now.
Yes, there is.
Highlight that shit. Everybody needs to know about it.
So what's the news, Brandon? What's the
News. Okay. Doom developer may have solved moving in VR. The first solution for most FPS games has been a point-and-click teleport system. Basically, the idea is in a first-person game, a lot of people, when you're like the fast-paced shooters, people are getting sick.
Because
when
you're
they're
staying still and your brain is tricked into thinking it's moving.
Correct.
And like discombobulation.
So the solution a lot of shooters have come up with has been like a point and click, where you kind of aim where you are and then you
then
teleport
jump over,
there.
yeah.
A lot of people. So the system works. Everyone said like it works for what it is.
So what's his solution?
Well, a lot of problem. Main problem people are having is when they get there, they feel disoriented. Obviously, because like
So what's wrong with just walking over there? I don't like.
because in a first person shooter you're moving quickly. In a normal like just like RPG you
like
can
walking's
walk.
fine, but
it's the running that throws, especially because like you get that sway and you're moving really quick. So that's making people sick. So the solution was a point and click teleport. When that happens though, people get there and they get disoriented. They're like, where am I? Where are the enemies around me? What's going on? So Doom's solution, they took the point and click and they fine-tuned it. So what actually happens is when you go to do it, you hold the button and the world around you slows. The enemies slow, the music slows. You basically enter like where your guy's moving really quick.
that sounds badass.
You
if it's
point,
still-
you do the point and click, and then you actually physically watch your character go woof and like move over there like you ran really fast. So you don't really teleport in a sense. You just move really quick.
For every game though.
It wouldn't work for every game, but it has worked in Doom. It's actually given players
good because it goes 1,000 miles an hour.
Well, that's exactly what everyone's saying. Is it all it's done is increase the speed to Doom? It's made the action more intense, just more brutal. It's honestly just in every single way helped the game as far as VR is concerned.
Can't hear me. I'm not talking.
Yo, Peter,
Speak.
speak up. You seem shy.
Brandon's talking.
That's right.
But
We
for
try
reals,
not to talk over each other.
The thing I want is that freaking thing that you strap yourself into when you run. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
thing? You just
Those
have
things
it
are-
on,
it's
so
like the
called
Omni
traction.
pad. I
Yeah.
think it's called.
That thing's cool.
They have
That
a gun.
thing's
They have a
super
gun
awesome.
too that totally operates. Look at that.
You brought me
Look at
actual
that.
grape juice.
Hope it's the MVP tonight.
Right?
MVP.
That's awesome. I think that's really cool though. That people are obviously we're gonna have to try a lot new stuff in VR. It's not just gonna like launch and be completely like everything's not gonna work smooth. If you think it is, you're just retarded. It's not gonna happen. There's gonna be plenty of bugs. There's gonna be plenty of issues. And the fact that people are picking up this new Doom, who's tried something new with like the point and click mechanic, and it's working. I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for VR. So people like smoothing, the edges and stuff on it before it comes out is great. So, and a lot of people have tried it, and they
I
like
like
I
how
said,
Bethesda's kind of taking it upon themselves to kind of like push it forward.
yeah.
So now with
got a
Doom,
long way
you
to
have
go,
with
like-
Fallout.
This though, like all these people who are getting it day one, like you're the beta testers. This is
Yep.
gonna be
No,
long.
absolutely.
You're gonna get a whole lot of shitty ass demos.
Yep.
And
Be-
it's gonna be probably at least a couple years
Thank
before you get
you,
a real
day
game.
one.
because this isn't one of those things like a lot of other consoles where you can release a game and do a beta test. You can stress test them. You can't do that with VR. You can do a small portion of it because the people near you, you can give it to the devs and stuff like that to test it, but you can't do a large scale a test on it. You just can't with VR because not everyone has the system yet. So like you said,
totally, 100%.
all the day one
that,
people are
I
testers.
did that test at the stage at PSX when we went there. It was like two people and the whole thing fucking fell apart.
Yep, exactly.
Felt really bad for him because he was really excited and the whole thing just was disastrous. But
Yeah.
I'm 100% behind VR because I know eventually this is the stepping stone to Sword Art Online.
So like, yeah,
Yep.
100%.
Getting closer. I've already seen some cool people coming out with some cool combat games I want to play.
Yep.
Like I
Riggs
can't wait
looks
to
great.
see. Like I know that you can use VR with Arma 3. It's not like fully supported yet, but I know that there's programs you can get to conversion. That game already has like omnidirectional, like your gun stays thing as you're looking around. So it's perfect for VR. So having that as VR, Elite Dangerous, like I'm excited for my PC, but I want to get it on PlayStation first to see how I like it because it's a much cheaper alternative.
I don't think those games is really where the success is going to be, though. Like, you're going to
Elite
shoehorn that
Dangerous?
stuff in, or you're going to have really expensive equipment, or it's not going to feel right. Like, you can make them, but at the end of the day, I think like things like tabletop games and even outside of games like movies and stuff is really where VR is going to take off. It's not going to be like trying to play Call of Duty in VR.
Yeah,
No,
it's
no,
never,
no, definitely
It's
not.
never going to get to that point.
I think it's
where-
going to be a lot of, like you said, Elite Dangerous. I think that's going to be a big part of VR's games just like that.
Where you're sitting in a ship.
Yeah,
and so
exactly.
you have that frame of reference. And I think
Yes.
that's the biggest part of not making people sick is having a frame of reference or a point of, I guess, called like occlusion, I
Yeah.
guess it's called. And for a lot of people, like say for PlayStation VR, if you're running around in that Omni pad, the reason he doesn't get sick is because he's holding a gun. He's actually moving his body.
Yep,
So he
exactly.
can convince his mind. But if you're sitting in a chair and
When
you're
they
like,
first started doing that stuff, they said a big thing they found that helps is people were getting sick
nose.
because they had no frame of reference, and they put the nose in because if you can see your nose, it helps.
Oh, yeah.
tricks your
I
brain
imagine that would
and
work.
You
Yeah.
have a point of reference.
yep, that would have been, that's super smart.
Yep. And actually, the first VR game, it's funny you said that. The first VR game that I played, which is actually what helped me like fall in love with the PlayStation VR, was a London Heist, where I was sitting in a car.
That sounds so fucking
So I was moving the top part of my body. I was shooting. I was doing a lot was happening, but my body felt like it was sitting, and I was sitting in the game, so it made sense.
Pico One Up says, I keep hearing from everyone that PS4 VR is going to be a failure because they assume that PS4 is not compatible for VR.
Oh, not at
Those
all.
people need to
Very
read the
wrong.
internet and do some research.
PS4 will be compatible with VR, but if you want the smooth, real launch of it, you're gonna need to get the Neo. It's just plain and clear. They've already said that.
If
Like,
you want to be on top of VR,
Yeah.
you're fucking diehard VR,
Yep.
you need to go Oculus.
that's true.
And
That's
you
true.
have a beast ass
I don't know.
computer.
I like the HTC Vive is more up my alley, even though it's like heavily
not-
corded.
My buddy just got one.
It's not as supported as Oculus, so that's where the
Well,
money
that's
is.
true.
Did you just hear? So that was actually part of this VR news as well. Is actually the Vive just made their dev kits free.
Free?
Yeah. So, well, I'm sure there's some
That's
sort
impressive.
of.
You have to probably actually have a company that.
Yeah, I'm
produces
sure there's
VR.
some sort of like
But still free is still
stipulation.
really nice.
So basically, you can get their whole engine and everything like that for free because they want people to support their console. They want people to use it. So I think that's cool.
Pika, the Neo is going to be the new PlayStation 4.
Yeah, it's the
prototype.
prototype.
Yeah.
Of it.
They
So
came up with it, and then Microsoft announced a Scorpio, and now the Neo's back in the shadows.
Yep, 100%.
We'll see it one day.
that's actually our next bit of news is Neo.
Because they want to have 10 teraflops.
PlayStation's new console, codenamed Neo, may be unveiled as early as September. This news comes from reports from both Gameblog and Vice, both of which state Sony will be announcing their new console in New York on Wednesday, September 7th. This would be
Very
1
specific.
week. Yeah.
I could believe that.
And this would be 1 week before TGS. So anyone who doesn't know, that's Tokyo Game Show.
Why would they not announce it at TGS?
I thought the same
That
thing.
is weird.
Why would they do another event?
They
Yeah.
probably want to build hype for TGS, so that way
It would
when
make
they
sense.
take the main stage, they blow it away.
Yep.
But then again, like VR, TGS is not the place for VR either.
Yeah.
So why not PSX? I don't know.
It's
I guess
weird.
The only reason they wouldn't do it at
The
PSX
PlayStation-
It's
the
'cause they're trying to
PlayStation
launch it
Neo-
this year.
They're trying to
Because the
launch it this
PlayStation
year.
Neo is obviously going to be used from things that are more than just VR. I mean, obviously it's being built around like the VR, the 4K.
Yeah.
But it's probably going to have like better. They maybe we'll see. I guess we'll find out.
Yeah.
It's coming up real soon, a month. You know?
Yeah, less than a month away, and we'll get new if these reports are true. But they're from two reputable sources, two different independent sources. Both gave the same date,
That's smart.
so that's pretty. That's
But the only reason they would do that, not PSX, because PSX is the perfect place to tell people
About
all
it.
the PlayStation fanboys to
100%.
go spread the word. The only reason they wouldn't do it there
It's
is
launching
because
this
they
year.
have to launch it this year.
Yep, that's the only reason.
And then maybe TGS, they were like, people aren't going to be listening, so let's do it a week before.
Yep. And then at TGS, they could talk about it more. The hype will
won't.
already be there, but they could reiterate it.
I don't know
They'll
if
probably
they
just
will.
want to pull a Microsoft and just show a trailer for it.
God.
No, see, I think that's the thing, man. I think they want to show it in person because Microsoft did exactly that at E3, and we all have the theory. At least I know I do.
They didn't show it in person.
That they showed the video.
Oh,
Microsoft did.
Yeah.
Well,
the
they-
video
It's not
did.
an event like in New
Right.
York, so
Right, but what I'm saying is that I think that they were going to show it at E3.
Oh,
until
yeah.
Scorpio showed up on stage for Microsoft.
I'm 100%
I
sure.
think that. 100%.
Because the end of Sony's
thing just fucking
was
stopped.
just like
yeah, it just ended.
boom, 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 end. I was like,
And
where?
then they put that fucking
Days Gone?
Days Gone. Like
They showed it
gameplay
again?
Yeah.
again
Yep.
at the end.
It was really weird.
Yeah, it was
That
weird.
was definitely like
You
a
could tell something was missing there.
yeah, for sure.
Someone in the back was freaking out, cutting video real quick.
Yep.
Here it is.
Exactly, yeah.
Let's have the guy just play the game.
As far as Xbox, though, Xbox Scorpio has not overshadowed the Slim like many thought. Phil Spencer said on his Twitter, the Slim had a, quote, great response. Thanks to everyone. Some thought Scorpio would overshadow S. It hasn't. Sharing our plans openly has worked so far, unquote.
I don't know if you
That's
guys
like
are.
sold out so far.
Yeah,
Yep.
pretty
It's
much everywhere
They
beautiful.
said they're
hit.
not making any more.
Yep.
They like did their 2 terabyte model. They're sold out. They're not going to do another SKU until the God of War one
Yeah.
comes out. That's the next one. So
It's so pretty.
I was 100% on that boat. I was like, the S is, there's no reason for it. It's pointless. Why wouldn't you just wait for the Scorpio? But
then again, how many do they make?
it's true. But it's, once again, like what Phil Spencer said, like they were very honest with people. They didn't try and release the Slim and then later on try to release the Scorpio. They were very straightforward. Like, this is what this console will do. This is what this new console will do. Like, you make the choice.
They're doing the things now that they should have been doing November 2013.
Yeah, no, I agree. But I think it's smart. It's one thing that Sony hasn't done with us yet. Has been very open. They haven't really like helped out. They haven't really given a ton of info. Nothing weird like that. So I don't know. It's kind of throwing me off a little bit because Sony normally communicates better than they have with the Neo.
They do. Absolutely.
That's why.
Yeah, it's got to be.
What's up, Peachy Coaster?
Peachy!
Yeah, see, I'm right. Hey, Pika, I'm with you though. I would wait for the Scorpio. I think I'm going to get a Scorpio eventually. Like,
I would.
I think so.
I mean, I want to get an Xbox. I might as well. I mean, I could get an Xbox.
I'm not just
One
gonna
now.
get a Scorpio because it's good. The Xbox One was good when it came out.
It was.
If there's games for it that I want to play, then I'll
Makes
get
sense. Yeah. Well, there isn't anymore.
That's what I
You
want
just
to
get
see.
them on your
That's what I
PC.
want. That's what I want to wait for. I mean, they're bringing out the Scorpio.
Well,
They're
yeah,
gonna-
they have the fucking play everything now. on
Play
the
anywhere.
PC. I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
Why would I buy
I
a
mean,
fucking
they did
Scorpio?
redact a little
Play
bit of
almost
that,
everything.
so.
Yeah.
They're like,
Everything
hey,
first
we hyped
party.
this up, but
There's
I'm sorry to
nothing-
tell you. like,
There's nothing second party from Microsoft I ever want to play. So
Yeah. No, I feel you right there.
Thanks, Bohunk.
All right. This one's crazy. This one shows how far gaming has become or has come. The prize pool for Dota 2 has hit a record high of $20 million.
Shut up.
God,
Holy shit.
that's a lot of fucking
Wow.
Yes. This
a
prize
lot of
pool this prize pool is so high. The winners will take home a prize of $8.8 million. The following 3 teams will take home prizes of $1 million each. Even the last place team will take home a prize pool of $100,000.
Jesus.
The last place team for the Dota 2 championships
All right, let's make a team real
will
quick.
take home $100,000.
Let's make a team right now.
I've seen those guys play.
There's no way.
They're pretty good.
There's no
Last
way.
place is $100,000, bro.
To get the tournament, you have to be really good.
Pika went up. I'm not too good for a Scorpio. I'm just not jumping on the hype train for no
No,
reason.
Peter, your computer is too good for the Scorpio.
Sure, but if there's a compelling reason, I will. I'm not just gonna get it because it fucking looks cool.
Well, like I said, I want to wait till we see as they get close to the announcement. They're going to have games that are going to be like you can play it on the Xbox One, but this is optimized for Scorpio. Like Microsoft likes
Yeah.
those little taglines, optimized
but right
for
now, there's not
Scorpio.
even games on the Xbox One I want to play. So,
Well,
like,
yeah.
if you put something out there, then sure. Peter got to the end.
Where was
I
I
think
at?
that win that damn prize. I don't play MOBAs because I'm not a nerd. Sorry.
Yeah, no, Peter does not. Peter actively hates MOBAs.
I am with him on that 100%. I can't
I'm not
stand
biased
them.
either. I've tried them. I've tried a ton of them. I can't fucking.
I really like
just don't
Smite.
get it.
I really liked, and I know it was not.
Smite, though, was the first one to not be that same view as every other MOBA, and it's third-person shooter.
Not
which is
the
a big
first one, but the
change.
one that made it big.
I thought. See, I was under the impression it was the first one.
So far, the only thing I found that's worse than MOBAs is first-person shooters pretending to be MOBAs.
Like Battleborn.
Battleborn. Fucking garbage.
One that I played.
I called that from the get-go.
One MOBA that I've played that I actually really enjoyed, and I know it was not received well, and it was actually free, was Paragon. I enjoyed Paragon. It was simple. I didn't get sucked into it or anything like that, but it was great. It was simple. Maybe it's just because the characters all look like Magic the Gathering creatures. I was
That's,
like,
yeah,
super-
except with like futuristic technology.
I was like, these dudes
Yeah.
are bad fucking ass.
I downloaded
looking.
it, but I haven't tried it yet. I
It's
really
actually,
want
it's
to.
really good. Like, I'll play with
That
you.
was weird.
It's
That
really
Nice.
fun.
That was the one on PSX they showed at the end, right? And everyone was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but it was just like a trailer. They didn't show any gameplay. It was
Yeah.
just like a trailer of like these badasses running around. You're like,
But they went
fuck.
from like really cool stuff to Paragon and then closed, I think. And we are like,
Yeah. Paragon was confusing for sure, but I don't know. I liked it.
I don't grow beards. I've tried. Sorry, it just doesn't work.
This $20 million prize pool for Dota did beat last year's prize pool, which was $18 million. So it's actually jumped up $2 million in just over a year.
Jeez.
Crazy enough, I think in like 2011, the prize pool was like 1.5 mil.
They have like
It's
fucking
super
stadiums
tiny.
full of people now. It's just
Yeah,
outrageous.
exactly.
Yep. Apparently, the way these prize pools are determined, it actually has to do with the battle packs purchased in Dota 2.
So that funds it, or
That funds it. That funds the prize pool. So
Well,
however many
microtransactions are huge.
however many prize packs are bought in the actual game is the prize pool that goes into
as
the
the game
tournaments.
becomes more popular than the
Yep.
The tournament because
that's a good way to
Yeah.
raise the money for it, though.
Yeah, I
and put
thought
it
that
right
was
back
cool.
into the community.
You know what I just hate
That's
about
awesome.
that whole thing? Like the only time I read about those tournaments is when there's like drug scandals or cheating scandals,
Yeah.
all this crap, and it's just
Yeah, people fucking.
it's like wow, it's a fucking like special
Dicking
Olympics.
off on Adderall, and they're like, it's a performance-enhancing drugs like steroids and baseball. And I watched the whole. No, I'm not even joking.
No,
I
I
watched
know,
the whole
you're right.
documentary on it. It was like, I don't know. I forget what it was called. It
I
was
know
like
it's
some-
exactly what you're
yeah.
talking about. Yeah.
There was a whole 60-minute long segment on performance enhancing drugs, and he had like drug scandals. I was like, well, I'm a gamer. How come I can't smoke weed? Well, I'm a gamer. Why is taking prescribed medicine for my ADHD a problem? Like, it was
ridiculous.
It's fucking chill out.
Fucking
You know
video
what I mean?
games. Chill the fuck
I
out.
never see like news of like video of like awesome fucking Dota whatever like wins. It's just drama. That's the only time it comes up in the news.
Yep.
What was
Yep.
the
Same as
last?
League
What
of
was the
Legends.
last big one?
What does it say?
Oh,
Someone
For MOBA?
switch mic, see if it's equipment something else. Can you turn my mic up? It's up. Can you hear me? All right. Well, you guys are crazy.
Plug it in.
Can't hear. Nah. Can you hear me?
Peter just mumbles. That's just the way. So the other three of us, we're loud motherfuckers, and we yell. And then Peter's over here like, "Hey, you guys, how's it going?
Baritone voice. A lot of
How's
people
it going,
can't
you
hear me in
guys?
person. I pick
this-
up well on a microphone, but that's about it.
Is this okay? Is this
Other
okay?
people say I'm fine. So
Hello,
Turn it up, Whiskey. Just turn up your volume, man.
hello. Hi,
All right. Go on.
hello. Can you hear me now?
James and his robot dick.
Hello?
Okay, that's very out of context because we can only see.
Hello.
To me, it's out of context
It's
because we
not.
can only see like oh. So
Talk
chat, we
about
can only
that
see
thing all
the.
day.
It's C3PO's dick.
We have the Twitch chat on a TV in front of us.
Very limited.
And it's blown up to like 3,000%, so we can only see the last two lines of what you guys say.
Yeah.
The very last two lines. Like 3 lines ago, we can't see. So
This last bit of news came out today, and it's just been clickbait
Give it to
across
me.
the whole
Yes, it has.
goddamn internet.
Huge.
You know where it's going. Okay. Amazon lists a new Battlefield 1 Collector's Edition for $130,104 with Prime with no copy of the game. It also has the edition with the game for $190.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
are we like going to get into this now? We're going to move on it?
We're okay. So
Yeah, we're
so
going to move and then something serious.
We're gonna talk about this later, you guys. I just had to bring this up because it was news. We're gonna cycle back to this. This is gonna be our topic for our something serious portion of this. So I just had to bring it up.
Because Peter's
Be
gonna
ready
seriously
for
talk
it.
about
If I start, like, crack open that barrel, it's open. So
Get ready for it. Okay.
Nerd joined us. Hey, Nerd.
what's up, nerd?
XCOM 2 console launch was pushed back 3 weeks. This
Shit.
news came with Take-Two's XCOM 2
I think it's
consoles.
Xbox too, wasn't it?
Consoles launch has been pushed back 3 weeks. This news came in Take-Two's company quarterly meeting where President Karl Slatoff said the 3-week delay was to, quote, ensure the game is fully polished at launch and meets the team's high standards, unquote. The game was set to launch September 6th and will now be launched September 27th.
I do agree that they need to fix some stuff in the game, like the percentages to hit table when the enemy is like this close to you.
That's like a 30% hit.
Why don't you
No.
worry about just keeping your team alive?
Yeah,
Don't
for
worry
real.
about
You don't get to fucking talk about XCOM, okay?
Fuck both of you.
Worst commander ever.
Maybe if you guys did your job better, you wouldn't
Hey,
be fucking dead.
hey,
should have trained us better.
You don't get to talk.
Hey,
You were at
this
the bar.
guy,
all right?
a
You were at
month
the
off.
bar.
this guy lets me take a month off to go drink, so I'm on your team.
I didn't let him. You hurt yourself.
I got hurt.
If you guys want some context,
Down below, it's the last video that should have been on Twitch.
on Twitch,
Yeah.
Josh does an XCOM stream every Sunday. He's made all our characters.
It's awesome.
We all died.
Yeah.
Last
yesterday,
night.
Except
like
for
all
me.
of us.
You weren't there.
It was
Yeah,
savage.
Zombie Zach died.
Because I died before.
The best soldier you had,
Very emotional.
me, died.
Yeah.
And then Peter died too.
But you saw the whole situation unfold itself.
Okay, to be
It
fair,
escalated very fast.
yes, it did. But to be fair, you should have pulled out.
I couldn't. The extraction point was because it was a special mission. The extraction point was on the other side of the entire map.
So you had to go through
I had to
them?
go through the entire map to get there. There was no way I would be able to pull out. It was fight or
that's
die.
fair. All right, that's fair.
Brutal.
That's fair.
That's intense.
And I fought and died.
That's really intense.
All right, that's fair.
Okay, this is where I said we were going to cycle back to the NX. Nintendo says the NX will have Zelda, Pokemon, and Mario within 6 months of launch. They will also have third-party support from Sega, Square Enix, Ubisoft, Activision, and Warner Brothers.
Nice.
Yes,
Wow.
that's
huge.
Okay, I'm gonna go back. Nintendo says NX will have Zelda, Pokemon, and Mario within 6 months after launch. They will also have third-party support from Sega, Square, Ubisoft, Activision, and Warner Brothers.
I don't care what Nintendo says. I don't give a shit.
You don't think?
I don't trust anything they say.
Well, remember when the Wii U first came out, they had third-party support. It lasted, what, a couple months?
I
There was a
can't.
Call of Duty game. It sucked.
I don't speculate. Like,
Assassin's Creed on it sucked.
don't speculate. They just fucked in. I'll believe when I see it.
Yep.
Till then,
Is that it?
till then, I don't care. Nothing you say helps.
Well, okay. You asked earlier if the NX will be the saving grace of Nintendo.
DBZ did.
The only
It'll be
person,
the last nail in the coffin.
the only person who can save Nintendo right now is Nintendo, and it's because they need to really step up their shit because they've been dropping the ball. Their handhelds have been coming out. That's really the only thing that's been like consistent and actually worthwhile. But then again, they dropped the new 3DS, which was a pointless goddamn console.
Put out one fucking game for it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So even that, they're like dropping the ball. They did
Everything they do, they drop the ball. They fucking just like everything.
Pokemon
they say,
Go. They dropped the ball.
Dude, there was supposed to be like 15 games, I think 10 or 15 games by now, that were supposed to utilize the C-Stick on the new 3DS, and not any have come out except
well,
they put out
some
one
of them
game and they put
use them.
Well, you know what I mean. You know what I
Monster
mean.
Hunter.
They put it in the
Yeah.
system in the game, and they saw it mediocre, and they're like, "All right, we give up. Fuck it."
Yeah, and they walk
There's no
away from
commitment
it.
to anything.
Yeah.
By the way, get 3DS, play Monster Hunter, get Monster Hunter Generations probably this weekend. You can play with
No.
me.
Get a 3DS, buy
Don't do it.
Pokemon.
Don't do
Get
it.
Pokemon
And play with
and
me.
Monster Hunter.
That's fair.
Can I skip back to 2K's earnings report? Did you have in there the titles that they were going to announce?
I did not.
Because they did say in there, I saw that they told their investors they have 2 new titles to announce. I think within the next
Hit the table.
coming weeks,
Yeah,
or
brutal.
maybe the next month. Very soon, there's 2
Yeah.
more titles to be announced. Major titles, they said.
Nice.
So
Nice. Very cool.
In response to Pika 1-Up, Pokemon Go is dangerous, but Nintendo is more dangerous. Watch out for them.
The problem is, though, is that Pokemon Go has very little to do with Nintendo. They use Nintendo IP.
That's it.
Nintendo made some money from it. The only thing it shows to me is that Nintendo needs to get smart and start licensing their IP to other people, and that this
Properly.
might be
Fucking properly.
this might be the first step into letting that happen.
Well, I mean, this is the first. Okay, it was
they
just
did
funny
that,
because.
and they even fucked that up.
What
Yeah,
was it?
they
Was
did
it 2
fuck
years
that up.
ago, 3 years ago? Nintendo was like, we were going to advance into the mobile market because it's a new market. They released one game. and that was
Miitomo.
Miitomo. That game sucks. It is still on my phone.
It's not a game.
I still. Well, it's not even a game. Well, it's a game to me because I just
No.
write a whole bunch of nihilistic
It's-
shit. All
it's like a
day,
stupid
and I'm
social
alone
media.
in the game, just
Like-
like real life.
No, it
so
blows my fucking mind that a company, any company, doesn't matter if it's Nintendo, can lose 66% of its profits in 1 year over another. And then with Pokemon Go, they fucking went
Jumped up 25% in like
25%,
2 days.
and then lost it again.
Lost another 16%.
Yeah, so how many billions of dollars have been lost in a year, and everyone still has their fucking job?
Yeah.
They're a public company. If it was
Yeah.
I had money in there, I'd fucking demand heads. It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. No, I
yeah,
agree.
no.
There's no way, like, same fucking CEO, like, that whole board, fucking fire them all. Like,
Yep.
all of them.
They just need like their decision
they
making.
need at this point, like you said, Nintendo can save Nintendo, but they need outside help.
Oh, 100%.
They need people to help
Yes,
build
but-
their brand back.
But that can only be done.
Rebrand.
That can only be done if Nintendo decides to break away from the crap they're doing. Because right now,
The problem
like
is they have this war chest. They like started off 2015 with 87 billion in the bank.
yeah,
They have this war chest, and they're like, "Oh, we just fucking do whatever we want. Fuck off. Like, just spend money here, there. It doesn't matter if we waste it."
And-
Now it's
Nintendo
starting
will do what the fuck
now
we
it's
want.
starting. The bank's starting to get low.
and the problem is too is they threw the Wii out there, and it was like an out of the park. Nobody saw it coming. Crazy, outlandish system, and it did really well. It was really good for Nintendo's profit. it was absolutely horrible for Nintendo's direction because now Nintendo thought, well, the Wii U, this out of the ballpark console, did well. We should always just do like off the wall consoles, and that's been their downfall since the Wii U or since the Wii. It's just been the Wii U came out was
promising NX is going to be everything, and now they're like, we're appealing to upgrade mobile gamers.
Yep.
The writing's on the fucking wall.
yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah, no, I feel you. Oh god, he was so angry at Nintendo. Will we see a Wii U drop?
Say every podcast, Nintendo, quit fucking.
I've been saying this for years.
What they say.
Get your shit together.
The old episodes, you'll see. Like I've said this before, and you guys were like, "No, Nintendo, I love blah 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 blah." You guys are starting to come around finally.
I have been a
Not me.
diehard supporter of Nintendo because one of their IPs, Pokemon, is the reason I am a gamer today. So I try to give them the benefit of the doubt. I try to. Oh yeah, they unplugged your mic.
Can't hear me at all. Can you hear
I
me?
unplugged it and plugged it back in immediately. Thinking that might
Are you hearing
be
him
the
over
case.
there, Six?
Can you hear me? Not really. All right, I'm gonna go look at myself.
He'll be right back.
Mics real quick. So,
Whoa!
Put two mics together. There we
Hello,
go.
hello, hello. Can you hear me now?
figure that
Yeah, you
out.
can hear me. It's just Peter.
See,
Double micing it over
see,
here.
if you do that though, then you're not going to be able to tell if it's his mic or not.
It's fine.
Yes.
It's fine.
Yes.
Hello. 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 Testing. 1, 2, 3. Red leather, yellow leather, red leather. I don't even care anymore.
Hey, Mailer Tech, how's it going? Hi.
I don't know. As far as Nintendo goes, I would love to see because that company is near and dear a lot of gamers our age.
Yeah,
in our
of
age
course,
group.
100%.
I mean, we had the Nintendo 64. I had the Nintendo.
Hello?
I had every Nintendo except the Super Nintendo. I didn't have a Super Nintendo because
Hold on. I'm going to cut you off real quick because Peter's trying to test this mic. So I'm trying to run over here and talk. Tickety talk talk. Tickety talk talk. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Because I am
talking again, doing the
tits.
check.
Okay.
All right, we're good. We're good now.
Anyways,
all right, here it
Nintendo.
comes.
So,
Sorry about that, guys.
Yeah,
I'm not.
Bear with us. So Nintendo it's one of those things where it's near and dear to a lot of people's heart. You got Pokemon. I played Pokemon since Red. I had Red, Blue. I loved like Silver. I played the shit out of Silver. Probably have 1 million hours in Silver. And then I'm playing it again. I can always find myself coming back. I have a 3DS. I got Ruby, Omega Ruby.
Yep.
I'm 28 years old. I'll never stop playing those games. I'll never stop loving Zelda. I'll never stay. Exactly. You have one right there.
My first one ever that's been mine.
Yep.
My first Pokemon
can you hear me now? What's up, Zombie Prince?
So
It's just because I touched the mic.
there's a
It's fine.
lot of there's a lot of love I have for Nintendo, but
Yeah.
I hate seeing the direction that company's going. And like the Wii U, the only reason the Wii U got not the Wii U, but the Wii got big is because the Wii was the kind of weird jump from gaming that gamers wanted back in the early 2000s. That's what the families wanted.
The Wii was the perfect second console.
right. It was the perfect segue into the new generation. It was the early 2000s.
But it was,
you guys remember how
it was
weird
appropriate to the fucking
Yes.
price, and it had games on it.
That was the thing. It was super cheap. You had a fucking slew of great games
Yeah.
that came out for the Wii.
Yeah, the Wii U is like, let's
Terrific.
make a premium console
Yep.
that's slightly underpowered, but people buy it. We're betting on the fact because they love Nintendo.
We're gonna remake Mario.
Yep.
So it's just
It's
gonna
really
remake
only
of-
for one player.
It's
though.
gonna remake the Wii version of it. We're gonna remake that. We're gonna take Zelda, and we're gonna give you Hyrule Warriors, which isn't a real Zelda game,
know
and then
what's
we're
the
gonna
biggest thing?
remake a GameCube.
This will be
version
the
of
first
it.
console ever, Nintendo console, that doesn't have a full real Mario game on it.
or a full real Zelda game.
Yeah.
Well, no, the Zelda will come out on it, the new one.
Okay, but really,
see.
really, it's gonna be an
battle rattle.
NX. It's gonna be an NX game.
No different than Twilight Princess, though.
What's up,
It's the same,
scones?
same scenario. But there is literally not even a Mario going to be on there. There's just like the offshoot Marios. There's no main Mario on there.
Well, there is, but it was just a remake of the Wii one.
Yeah, it's a remake. There is no game that was designed for it.
Yeah, it's true. Well, the Luigi one.
It doesn't need to be said. It hurts my heart.
was an expansion.
Nintendo's kind of like
You know what's really interesting, though? Is I was just thinking about this. The 3DS was shitting on the Vita for the longest time.
Yep.
When was the last 3DS game that came out? Monster Generations?
Yeah.
Before that, what's the last one you bought? Like that came out that was big?
Fire Emblem.
Yeah. Fire Emblem.
Yeah, the twin ones, right?
Yeah. The
Yeah.
Faith.
Well, there's three. There's
Okay.
three.
oh yeah, I want to pick that
There
up.
is
was so
literally
good.
like a fucking slew of Vita games coming out every month right now.
Okay.
Yeah. No. The Vita is definitely pulling ahead of 3DS now.
The Vita
I
game.
wish the Vita had a little bit more waves because I didn't know shit about the Vita until I fucking met you guys.
Yeah.
Like my God, you're like get a Vita. I still
So-
don't have one because I'm fucking up. But
That's how the Vita has been sold. It is just word of mouth.
Word
So
of
like
mouth, yep.
the 3DS sells because it's the Nintendo handheld, and everyone's like, "Well, I want to
It's
play
the best
Pokemon.
Nintendo console of this generation.
I want to do this." The Vita. So Peter and I, like, no joke, we were the same way.
We were all 3DS fucking nothing.
negative Vita. It wasn't worth buying. It wasn't. We went to PlayStation Experience and Neo. Or
Geo?
Yeah, Geo.
God, I thought Neo because of PlayStation.
Geo Corsi?
Geo Corsi. He came on stage, and the way he talked about like the Vita was so genuine. It wasn't like go out and buy one of these. It was like, this is why I love this. This is the games that are coming for it. And of course, we're like, okay, he's up on stage. That's like his sales pitch, whatever.
touch it?
We
I've actually never handled
yeah,
a Vita
dude, they're
before.
great. And then we met him in person, just like walking the floor. Gio was just like cruising around. We like met him, and once again, just so genuine. He like asked us, he's like, "Hey, do you guys like have Vitas at all?" We're like, "No, like we haven't really like seen like a reason for it." And he's like, "Well, hey, like this is why I have my Vita. This is what it does for me. This is how I've loved it. This is how I've appreciated it. This is what's so great about it." And we just like lost our minds right there. And we came home, we bought
Actual
them.
like disc for the Vita.
Their
Little
cartridges.
little tiny cartridges, like little SD
little
cards.
SD cards, yeah.
Hey, is it true? I heard that they're at PlayStation Experience. He asked some guy. He's like, "Hey, do you have a Vita yet?" He's like, "No, I just had a baby.
was a-
I can't afford it. That kind of thing." And then he just like, "Here, there's mine."
There was a story about PSX the year before, I believe.
No, it was that. It was that
it
year.
Polo.
Yeah,
Okay.
It was that year. So yeah, basically exactly what he said. Somebody showed up, or same deal. He was talking to people on the floor. He's like, "Hey, do you have a Vita?" The person was like, "No." He's like, "Well, can I ask you why?" He's like, "Hey, I've just like ran into tough times. I just really like realistically, I don't have the money to support a Vita." So he pulls his Vita out of his pocket, wipes his save off of it, hands the dude his Vita, and the game's in his pocket, and says, "Here you go, have it."
Nice. That's
And
very nice.
Gives the dude his Vita.
That's an unbridled passion for something.
And then
Right.
even like the panel with Greg Miller and Naughty Dog.
yeah.
The start of it, they gave out like what, 3 Vitas?
3 Vitas.
3 Vitas, and
Yeah.
then just stacks of games. Just here you go, like
Yep.
just to share it. Like that's how the whole thing's been sold the whole time.
That's exactly how. This is why, because you keep sitting up and your mic's pointing down.
No,
that's why
that
nobody
wasn't
can
why
hear
at all.
you.
That wasn't why.
We figured it out. But
That's
game?
why
Was it
no one
game?
can hit him.
changing off topic, we have a tweet. Brian used a tweet, the hashtag Fat Chat, and asked, "Before I start up We Happy Few, I'm always a little intimidated / scared to play. Have you guys ever had a game you've been scared or intimidated to play?
Peter has done that with every game he's ever picked up.
Any horror game?"
No, just every game.
Yeah, actually, I'll actually answer that because it was really fucked up for me. For a long time, I didn't play any multiplayer games because I had a really, really negative experience in a multiplayer game once, and it actually like affected my confidence levels. And I was actually in Fat Chat. It was like one of the first games, and I had decided to start like just to do it, jump into a multiplayer game by myself, not with like people or a group of friends, like Arma and my clan stuff. And I did something in that game that caused my confidence levels to come back, and like I haven't stopped playing multiplayer since. I do it every
Nice.
Wednesday. I play multiplayer games on Wednesdays now, and it was Call of Duties, it was Battlefield. I would not join multiplayer whatsoever because it was such a stressful feeling in my chest, like a
Yeah.
tight anxiety. Like
That somebody was gonna like.
it just fucking like
Call
It
tell
took
you
me a
out.
long
Yeah.
time to go from, because I've traditionally played PC games when I grew up. It's always chat rooms. I can type on a keyboard all day long because the anonymity.
right, yeah.
It took me a long time to put that headset on for us on my Xbox 360
And talk
actually
to people.
start talking to people. Before I would just be silent, mute myself, or not even have a mic.
It just sucks though because like I like being the person who talks now. Like I'll come into a Battlefield match and be like, "Hey, what's everyone going?" You always get that one guy, "Shut the fuck up, bitch." You know?
Yeah.
Like,
There's
what
always
up,
that
dude?
one asshole.
Why you got to be that?
It's
way?
like, I don't need to know who my mom slept with last
I don't
night.
play with random people anymore. It's only the groups.
Yeah.
We've got a large enough community now that we reach
Yeah.
out.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
There's enough people playing.
My
Just,
game for the tweet from Nerd would absolutely be PT.
Yeah.
I love horror games. I absolutely love horror games. They're my favorite things ever. PT terrified me. I downloaded it. I played it for like an hour, and
But were
I
you nervous
literally
to
had
play
to
it
walk
beforehand?
away. Huh?
Were you scared to play it before you started it though? You were excited to get into it.
Oh,
Though,
like
right?
before I started it?
Yeah.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
It's just I played it for about an hour on the very first try, and it got so terrifying for me. I literally paused it and walked away for over an hour, and then came back.
PT. That was for the new like Silent Hills. Wasn't
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Wasn't that supposed to be a collaboration between Kojima and
Correct.
Guillermo del Toro?
Correct.
God, I would have fucking killed for that.
With Daryl
Norman Reedus.
yeah, as a great
Fuck
character,
him.
just without our creepy baby.
The game.
Del Toro's way cooler than him.
The game that gets me. Well, I guess there's kind of two of them. Really kind of a like feature in a game. my Fire Emblems, and my XComs because I play with permadeath on. And
That shit makes you nervous.
that every time you go into it could be like one person you're in a battle with and you're like, when I do him, when I kill this guy, it's gonna be an ambush and everyone's gonna show up and kill my guys. Oh my god. Okay, so everyone's gotta be in at least pairs. Shit, wait, I have an odd number of people. Everyone can't be in a pair. Okay, this group's gotta be 3. Well shit, I gotta block. So before I even start playing, I have like a anxiety attack. Like,
Trust me, I play an XCOM. There was times where I didn't want to start playing for the stream because I knew it was going to be fucked up and stressful the whole entire time. And I don't know if I'll be playing XCOM for a while after fucking last night. It was so savage. You can watch the stream. You can see how upset I got. Like I got super upset.
Yeah.
I did see someone earlier ask about Rust.
Yeah. Did you play that?
I played Rust.
Me, right?
My problem with Rust is beyond the fact
Ridiculous.
that it's not a well put together game.
We played it like early alpha. You think it's bad now? It was really bad back then.
No, I played it.
So
it was
bad.
super bad. But
oh
it's
my god.
You just get naked and just like steal things and break things, and then it's stupid.
But it rewards toxicity. That's why I don't like it.
The idea was really cool, like a persistent world where you build a base, and then you can even have that shit taken offline.
Yeah.
But then like the way it was done
just wasn't.
A lot of those break off Minecraft survival like games are just they reward toxicity.
That question came from Pro Defenseman 21. That's a new joiner to our stream. I don't think we've ever seen him before.
Welcome, Pro Defense Man.
Welcome to Fat Island Gaming. Pro Defense.
Also, Militech I see is new. So what's up, Militech?
That's Alex.
Peeking one up, asked how bad it was. I'm assuming you're talking about last night.
It was bad.
I actually had to stop playing.
It was really emotional. He got.
Thanks for the follow.
We'll go through all the photos at the end.
Trust me,
Thank you.
it's worth going back and watching the.
He got really emotional, like really emotional.
I'm
it was
like
pure.
still stressed about it. I'm so sorry.
Because at first, man, you tried to play it off like it was something like you were going to make funny. You were just like, oh, and then like immediately after you were like,
I didn't help that I was yelling
you
at
didn't
him.
move for like 30 seconds.
I gave him a whole lot of crap.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
But that's what I'm saying. Any of those games were like your character, especially when you can like name them and customize them.
and they're like my closest fucking friends.
And then like
oh,
in Fire Emblem, you can like get married and you can like have your
then you can die.
children on
So
a stream.
usually a
It's brutal.
segment is 20 minutes. We're 47 minutes in, so we need to move on.
No, this was a good.
It was good,
this
but
was
we need to
good
keep moving.
chat. No, I refuse.
even my character.
I believe it's time for a certain something.
No, I'm stonewalling them.
Oh, come on.
Filibustering, stop it.
DBZ, you are absolutely correct. I am 100% looking forward to Final Fantasy VII if they do not make it episodic.
No, they're going to make it.
I know, but I do not agree with that decision.
You know what I agree with?
What do you agree with?
That it's time for something serious. All right, this is why we glossed over the Battlefield information earlier. So my something serious topic is, what are our feelings on collector's editions shipping without a game in them?
Okay, I'm going to start on that one
Go
because
for
I
it.
had one opinion when I woke up this morning,
Yep.
and I have a different opinion now.
Let's hear it.
Because I never really considered the alternate.
Yep.
Because this is not the first time this has happened, because Battlefield 1's doing this. You buy the collector's edition, you get the statue, you get a steel bookcase that has shit in it, and you get no fucking game.
Okay,
I looked at that.
Let me stop you real quick though.
Okay.
If you put your game in a steelbook, you're a savage.
You're a savage.
Absolutely 1,000% don't ever
Do not
do
put
that
your
shit. It
games in
ruins your
steelbooks.
disc.
You will.
That's not what they're made for.
No, they're made to put on a shelf
I know you
and
can
never have
physically
anything
put a
in it.
disc in there, but they're not meant for games. They're
Yeah.
fucking collectible items for your shelf.
Like, don't
Yes.
you will don't do it.
Exactly.
No, my Doom stays in a different. I have the Doom steel case.
Yeah.
My Doom stays in a slip.
Because
100%,
you're going to
100%.
scratch up your steelbook first of all, which is rare, and then you're going to crack the fucking disc.
You will
So
absolutely
it's going to be
crack the disc.
a double negative. Just don't. Okay. James.
So I when I woke up this morning, I thought that was bullshit for companies to do that, to put out something that's going to force you to not only buy the collector's edition, but then have to spend the money separate for the game. So then I looked at the price and I thought the price was kind of odd. And there was a little bit of a chat going on in our group time today. And then I noticed the price first before Peter said something.
Before
And
you
he was
change
like,
your mind, though, like, what's the
Yeah.
train of thought there? Why would you think it's bullshit that you had to buy the game separately? I don't.
Because if you are buying something from the company with the statue, with the swag, with the stuff,
But if they're fully
it
upfront
should
about it?
come with the game.
Well,
Whether they're fully upfront about it or not,
to be fair,
if they're,
along with his point,
they're their own business. Go ahead.
not a collector's edition for the game at that point. It's just shit that has to do with the game. Like I go out and buy a Duke Nukem statue that didn't come with the game.
Exactly
Not
my
from
point.
the company, though.
Well,
The most important
what
part-
if they came from the company though, and it was like a collector's edition statue, limited edition?
No, he
It
can't.
was.
Okay,
Wasn't there a
look at-
Witcher statue commissioned by CD Projekt Red that didn't
look at
come
these.
with?
Look at behind me. We have 2 Star Wars statues
Yep.
that didn't come with games.
Correct.
But they're beautiful pieces of art.
Yes.
That I love having there. I love looking at them. I love showing them off. So
Hi, Cad.
what's wrong with having one for a video game.
There's nothing wrong with it, but that wasn't sold with just the statue. It was sold with the other stuff that comes with the steel bookcase, all that stuff.
But why can't they sell stuff
you
that they
shouldn't
want
put the
to?
game in it. They can. They're a business. I'm not knocking them because they've made a business decision. I'm knocking them because I disagreed with their decision.
So we're getting hung up on the fact that it's called collector's edition.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
So the wording is where we're getting hung up.
But like
I
I
was just
said,
kind of
you
along with it.
you
That's
get
not
you
my
put
opinion.
forth a different perspective today, and I have now changed my opinion. I had not considered that's because people want to buy the game digitally, and they don't want to be punished for buying the game digitally because they don't want a physical copy, and they can still get the statue and all that shit. Peter made that point. I agree 110%, and I have now changed my opinion.
Surprisingly enough, I have no clue because I saw the discussions and I just kind of bypassed them. I'm like, I'm not getting fucking involved with that online.
You know what? I made a mistake worse than that. I got involved in the group in the argument, but then I went to IGN and looked at the comments there, and that was
Do not.
Dude, never look at the comments on anything.
That's how you
anywhere,
get
ever.
cancer.
Yeah,
Don't
that's
do
exactly how you get cancer.
I was fucking ready to fucking. Oh, this is bad.
I think that
In that fucking article?
This is.
A fucking article.
Oh,
I won't say anymore, but
Such clickbait. Super
clickbait.
It was just like, dead. It was like, if you've got the Battlefield Collectors 1 edition, you're not getting the game.
You're fucked.
it wasn't that exact wording. Paraphrase.
But it was basically
Pretty
like,
much.
That's what you're
like the
implying.
collector's edition doesn't come with the game, and
so
I read them
let's-
like dumb. You know, I didn't even look into it.
Let's
but, like,
explain. Let's go around here and go from the start. Give some context. So they announced that there is now an additional SKU. So the collector's edition was announced like months ago at
They haven't
E3.
even officially announced the separate.
Yeah. So they announced initially the game like months ago, and you could get the game or you could get the collector's edition for like $220. The early adopters collector's edition, which came with the statue, the game, everything. Those people that had pre-ordered still have the same thing pre-ordered. They're still getting their game.
Yep.
They announced an additional SKU for $130, and that's $60 cheaper than the $190 price point. $190 is the regular collector's edition. It's not the early adopters collector's edition, but so they took $60 off and made a copy without the game, just the collectible stuff. So they added a SKU in. Now the article is if you order your collector's edition, you're not getting a game, which is bullshit because fucking everyone is still getting the game who ordered beforehand. If you still want to get the game, you can still buy that price point. Now you have the option to buy it without the game.
See, I think that's the way a lot of collector edition needs to go with how digital everything is nowadays.
They should have do it with all of them. They shouldn't even make them included. Here's the collectible stuff, and here's the game. Buy whatever
Yeah,
SKU
do you want the game or do you want the collectible stuff? And
Okay.
the collectible stuff gets to be cheaper now.
To put
Yeah.
this in exact perspective, Peter and I both got the. You're gonna get mad at me.
We won't forget about your Wii U price drop question.
No, we will not. DB,
because
we got you.
Every time I bring it up, you get mad at me. But
About what?
Peter and I both bought the Pip-Boy editions for Fallout.
Okay, no,
Okay.
no.
you bought 20 of them.
No. We don't get mad at you because you own them. We got mad at you because at the beginning of all these videoing, when we started doing it, you guys bragged about it incessantly.
The first thing, when
why
I
we buy
first
them.
met you.
That's why we have them. Yeah.
By
Oh, I
the
don't
way, when
hate
I
you for
first
it,
met these
but
guys,
hate
I
you
walked
for
into
it.
it was when I walked into their house for the first time to be on their podcast, or it was on a Google. But the first time I met
Yeah.
them in person was at their house, and he's like, "Welcome to my house. Here's all my Fallout shit," and there was just stacks of them right there. I'm like, "You guys are
We bought
fucking
4
assholes."
collector's editions for Fallout, and we stacked them up on the
They
table.
just stacked them, and they're
Ridiculous.
like, "Check out what we have."
But-
I'm like, "You guys are
The
assholes."
shitty thing is, I bought a PC version of the collector's edition because I initially wanted to play on PC. Amazon does 1-day shipping, which is amazing, but it doesn't come out till the day the game releases, which is Tuesday.
So him and I both ordered them. We were sitting at home, and that means they're not going to arrive. I don't think they arrived at our house till like 3 p.m. Tuesday.
So Monday night we're sitting there twiddling our thumbs like, we want to fucking play. And Brandon was the first to give me, he's like, fuck it, I'm just going to buy another copy digitally.
Yep.
So he did that.
Sure enough.
And then, of course,
Sure
then
enough.
I'm like, I can't sit here and watch him play. I have to buy another copy too. So now you know where my PC copy of Fallout is?
Where?
In the fucking box.
Nice.
Because I already started a game. I'm not going to restart.
Right? Yeah.
And
I
then
can't carry my save over.
You know what's funny is I've got more use out of this hat than that fucking Pip-Boy.
Yeah, my copy is no joke, not opened. My Pip-Boy edition is still sealed because 3 of them got opened in
Yep.
the house. So I looked at them, I played with them, I messed around with them. I had the digital copy, so I was like, this is going to be my collector's
Yep.
piece. This thing is going to not be opened.
It's fine, but like the game in there is wasted.
Yeah, 100%. If that
Right, see,
if that
that's
game
smart.
had
Yep.
if that game
And
had been
that's another good point.
If that had been $60 cheaper,
And didn't have the game.
I'd be much happier.
we could have bought a 5th one.
Agreed.
And give it to Josh.
That's right.
Duh.
We could have had one more. So,
So like there's so many benefits to having it separately. So first of all, you buy it digitally, or you can buy it, God forbid, used.
or you can go to a brick and mortar store at midnight and buy it.
Yeah, and then because Amazon ships it the next day.
Yep.
I can still get my collectible shit the next day.
What
But I
people
can play
don't
the game at
realize,
midnight.
what a lot of people don't realize either, is Amazon's the only person to offer that $130 one. You can't go into a brick and mortar store and buy that $130 collection.
The bigger difference with this one, it's even worse because if you have EA Access, you can actually start playing 4 days early,
Correct.
which I will be.
So you can play it early.
Yeah. So
And
now
then
I can play 4 days early.
still
Still
get
get
the
my
collector's.
collector's edition in a couple days from then.
Yep.
How do I order the glow in the dark shirt and the hat? The
What
hat,
size?
Which
What
hat? It's gonna be one of yours
size?
hats.
What
We don't
size
sell
shirt?
those.
What size shirt are
We
you?
only have 2 mediums and a small left, I think.
Yeah, for the glow in the dark.
So if you really want a glow in the dark shirt, hit me up on Twitter. It's at WasmShism. It's in the Twitch below, and I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
If you want a medium or a small, you can go on the website fatgaming.com and you can order it right now. We'll figure that out.
And we'll get it shipped
We'll get it
tomorrow.
shipped, but we only have like a medium and a small, or 2 mediums, a combination of something.
And
like
if you want this hat, good luck. I don't remember where I got it. I was
Yeah, if you're referring to either mine or Josh's hat, probably Josh's though. Neither one of them having anything to do with
3X.
us personally.
You're gonna have to hit us up personally. We'll see if we can facilitate that, but we don't have
take care of
any.
it.
We don't have any of them. We can get you one.
Yeah,
You're just gonna have
order in
to.
batches. But anyways,
We can make it happen. Yeah,
We'll figure it
back
out.
to Battlefield.
We'll figure it out.
So there's that, and there's also what about the people who buy Battlefield, just buy the regular copy, and they're like, I really fucking love this game. I want to buy the collector's edition now. If it's $6 cheaper, then they can still add that on later.
Yep.
But what if we incorporate one of the things we talked about maybe like 10 podcasts ago, the super limited edition run? So you get the game.
Sure, but that's a completely separate thing. How limited that company makes it, that's up to them.
Yeah.
That's true. I mean, granted, it's EA and this is Battlefield. I guarantee you this statue isn't going to be limited
No,
edition.
it's still like it's been months and they haven't sold out, so it's not limited at all.
They're still in production, I'm sure.
And
I'm
this game
still-
has super much hype. Like,
Yeah. Normally, if a game's like has that many, I would just cancel my fucking collectors because I don't want it if it's not that rare. It defeats the purpose.
You don't want if it's not a collector's item.
Exactly.
No,
I'm not trying to sound like snotty,
Halo
but I mean,
but-
sometimes at the price with some of those, they should actually like. I was hoping that the Battlefield 1 collector's edition was they're going to come with an actual fucking gun that I can rob a bank with to get my money back because I would be so broke.
Yeah.
Bohunk is also asking about a shirt as well. Actually,
If you wear a medium, fatgaming.com, go store, order a medium.
Yep.
Done.
If you wear, I think we have. No, we don't have any larges. Not even of the black glow, do we? No, they almost all got sold out.
fatgaming.com/store.
Or if you go on our Patreon and subscribe at the $15 tier, you're entitled to a shirt. And if you want the Fat Gaming one and you're a medium, I will send you one on the 1st.
If you're another size, we can probably get them too. If you Patreon, because the Patreons
Patrons we take care of.
any of our Patreons, we just actually launched a shirt last month that was a Patreon exclusive. So
Which
actually,
people can still technically get. If you
Yeah.
sign up this month.
if you sign up this month for our Patreon, you'll get this month, whatever shirt's Patreon shirt, which is fucking awesome.
Yep.
None of us even have them,
No,
but
we
I'm
don't.
getting
No,
them.
it's amazing.
They're so good.
We didn't even see it in person until somebody came over
it
here
was
with the shirt.
beautiful.
Yeah, it was
They're
very
pretty
nice.
They're pretty short.
That's the only way to get that one, though. We'll never sell in the store.
We'll never sell that one in
You
store.
have to sign up for the $15 tier on Patreon this month for that.
Yep.
Extra shout out to Sphinx for being our latest Patreon.
Yep.
Woo.
So there's that.
I don't know.
There's
I
so many
think
people I fucking talk to who are just like fucking EA trying to be money grubbers. This ridiculous.
Do not agree
You know
with
what the
that
most
for the
stupid
first
thing
time
is?
ever.
Like, so there was a $190 tier with the game,
right?
and they took off $60.
the exact price of the game.
Now, what do people think? Like, so if they took off $50, does that make it better? Like, so now you are getting ripped off.
Yeah. Should they take it? Should they have taken off $70 and lost $10?
No, they should have made
right.
it free because I'm a gamer and EA
Yeah.
deserves to give it to
It's a
me.
collector's edition. Don't fucking buy it if you know that it's disposable cash.
Exactly. If you don't want to spend like
Not
me,
the game I need, but I just
so check it out. I bought one collector's edition like a year, pretty much. I bought my Doom collector's edition. I have not regretted it once.
Right.
I have a shrine to Doomness. I actually just got an LCD picture. Like,
Here's a question for you. What is the one collector's edition that you regret not getting? If you could have any collector's edition from the past.
Okay.
Oh,
I don't.
that's a
Okay. I
good
regret
one.
not having it, but it really wasn't my choice. Nino Cooney.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
All right.
Nino Cooney.
Mine,
Motherfuckers.
mine is Fallout Pip-Boy edition. I had it pre-ordered from the very exact moment it was available, and
fair,
a
you
week
canceled
before
it.
it launched, I had to cancel it. I had no choice, but I had to cancel it.
It's fair, but
What about you?
because I'm not too big on the collector's edition. I don't have a lot of shelves and stuff in my house.
fair.
I've never had
you
it.
could have
like,
any collector's edition that you've seen or
that I
heard about.
wish that I could have gotten
Yep.
that I didn't or I could have gotten.
Yep.
Oh man.
The genie's going to come up and give you one for free right now. Anyone you choose.
Oblivion.
What was in that?
It was like a coin. It was an actual like steel like
So
you know,
before
of a scepter.
fucking Ni no Kuni, I would have said the Skyrim one that you have.
Yeah.
Fucking
The
love it. Where's that
Alduin's
statue,
Wall.
by
You
the
know,
way?
I didn't get the
It's
Alduin's Wall.
Probably
but-
packed somewhere.
You know why I
That's a
didn't
good
get the one though is
didn't get that one
because at least the one on Oblivion actually came with stuff that was stuff with the lore that I love.
Yeah.
But they had this collector's edition. Oh, it's just a dragon on a wall. I'm like, well, who the
I know, I
fuck
see
is
it.
Alduin? Why would I give a shit? I haven't played the game. Why would I give a shit about this statue?
It was badass.
But it was super badass. You know what? That'll be at Skyrim. It was
Safety, Songbird Edition. I asked you if you won that shit, and you said no, so don't even start.
Ooh.
Love you, but no.
I'm telling you, man, that Ni no Kuni, and you can't even get it anymore.
And I fucking did it again because I'm a retard. So we went to PSX, and at the Capcom booth, they were selling the Wizard book separately, but it was only Japanese. So I was like, I don't really need it. And I was like, I'll come back and check it out later.
Speak this language.
sold
And I
out.
came back and it was sold out. I was like, fuck.
PlayStation VR. That's the one
That's
day
fair.
one edition I've not been able that I want.
I don't regret it though. That fuck shit pisses me off. Like,
I want the PlayStation.
you want people to fucking buy that and you're not gonna make enough? Like, god damn it.
Yeah, 100%. Yes.
Any collector's edition that I have regretted getting? Yeah.
You know what's gonna fucking drive me
Oh,
nuts?
don't say it.
Halo 3.
Okay, no.
Yeah, like
I have that
still the back of your
stupid ass
car.
fucking
That's
hat.
a good one.
No,
Oh,
I had that
hat's gay.
stupid
Yeah,
ass
hat's gay.
fucking bust of his fucking face just sitting around. Like,
Everyone
what the fuck am I
has.
gonna do with this shit?
I can't.
All right. Pro Defense, my game right now. I'm going to let Josh say the other one that I got that I know with the bust looked like a marble statue. You can take that one because I know you bought it too. Mine was Colonial Marines. I bought the collector's edition of Colonial Marines, and that game was fucking garbage. Garbage. I literally threw it in the trash after about 2 hours
We
of
were
playing
friends
it.
back then, right?
Yes, we were.
And I called it.
Yes, you did.
That's right.
I can honestly say, I don't think I've ever bought a collector's edition that I've been unhappy with, but it's because I'm really picky with my collector's
picky,
edition.
yeah.
I'm really
This
I'm
this
picky
year,
too.
Duke. You did Duke.
I don't fucking know.
he's like, I'm just blocked
What
that
do you
out.
talk about?
Yeah. No, but for me, like,
I could say that I don't completely regret it, but like my least favorite probably is gonna be Destiny.
Oh, you know,
Oh,
I should have gotten.
The
You
stuff
know,
is cool,
you know
but
what
the
I
game
regret
itself
the most?
like makes me regret the fucking purchase.
Saints Row the 4th. Not getting that collector's edition.
Which one? The car?
the
$1
Lamborghini.
million. I'm sad I didn't get the Lambo.
But yeah, so like, I don't know. I'm really picky with my collector's editions. I don't
Ghost?
like this year. I'm actually not picking up any collector's editions, and there's a lot of them. There's a lot that are really cool, but there's nothing to me that's like
Amazing. Like, oh,
you must. Okay, I'm getting the Pokemon Steelbook,
well, yeah, that's
which you
cool.
could call a collector's edition.
You get both games, both steelbooks, right?
Yeah,
Fuck
you get
yeah,
one
that's
Steelbook
cool.
with both
That'll
of
look
them on it.
really good
They look
right there.
gorgeous, right?
I can answer for
Ma-
Zach.
Mailer, you're 100% right. It's my fault that Jason bought that. And the next time you talk to him, give my forgiveness again because he wasted money on that because of me, because I told him how accurate it was
The
going to be.
Colonial Marines.
Colonial Marines. The biggest Aliens fan I've ever known in my life is a guy named Jason. He used to be my landlord. Great guy, solid dude. Mailer's his stepson.
Nice, and you convinced him to get it.
I did. I
You
convinced him to
savage.
get it. He actually stopped. They stopped rolling that night because they were doing D&D that night. It was already when I had moved here to Arizona. They stopped so he could get online and order it.
So I think Zach's answer is gonna be Final Fantasy 15 because he wants that thing bad.
Oh,
I have the mid.
He might not regret it
tier.
now, but he's gonna regret it later, Zach.
I have the middle tier.
I have the middle tier too, but I'm probably gonna cancel honestly because I'm gonna get the game, but I don't think I want the stuff.
You know what game I have reserved collector's edition that I'm
What's
not going
that?
to pick up? The No Man's Sky.
Fair
I have
enough.
the,
Does
I have
that come
the,
with, like,
I have
a
the
ship?
eight. It comes with like a 42 page like art book and like some other stupid thing. It's
Are you gonna get the game at all?
but no.
Dude, I'll do share with you on PS4. You can try it that way.
That might be cool.
Or you can buy it on Steam, and if you don't like it, refund it within 2 hours.
Yeah,
there you go.
That's
Yeah.
seriously about how much I'll probably play. I'll play the game
enough.
for like one day. Okay, and when I say this, I know like a lot of people are probably gonna get angry because like everyone's losing their mind over No Man's Sky. The game I'm sure is great. It doesn't appeal to me. I want a game that has some sort of end, some sort of story, some sort of objective.
They just described today like we're not multiplayer. No fucking shit. Thanks for saying that a day before release.
Yeah.
I get it, but a lot of people don't. Apparently,
I don't know why anyone
They're
thought
like,
it was.
they're like this is
They've
a,
been clean. Oh.
no, that,
Like,
haven't
oh,
been
when I
clear.
start out, I'm gonna find my friends.
They
and we're
haven't
gonna
been-
dick around the galaxy.
they haven't been completely misleading, but they haven't been clear. Clear is
Yeah.
not the word to define it. They haven't been like every day, like we are not multiplayer. But they describe
never
the game
said it.
as a relaxing open world sandbox.
Yeah.
You want to give a shit about it? It's sandbox.
Yeah. Like I said,
To me, it looks great.
I know the game looks beautiful. I'm sure it's going to be fun. I'm sure it's going to be entertaining. I'd play it for 2 days. I'd have fun with it for 2 days. I'd put it on my shelf and I'd never pick it up again.
I didn't think it would last 2 days. You're gonna look at like planets like
No, you see, the way it's different for me is I play space games. I play the shit out of Minecraft. This is just the perfect marrying of both of
okay,
those.
just take
And-
Destiny, take all the stuff off it, the guns off it, everything. You can just fly the planets and walk around the planets and look at stuff. You think that's a fun game?
There's guns in the game.
But
You can
there's
shoot
more
shit.
than 2 of them.
Okay,
now.
leave the guns in then. You just walk around and look at stuff. There's no missions.
I'm gonna go fucking hunt some big game. On
Yeah,
some
that's what I'm
planets,
saying.
bro.
Yeah.
Like I said, that's cool.
I'm
But
gonna be a fucking intergalactic monster hunter. Who's
how
coming
much-
with me?
I'm coming with.
I
Well,
don't
except
know.
we can't.
Well, we'll find each other. There's a 1 in like 1.2 trillion chance that we find each other,
There is a chance.
and
yeah,
that's
it's possible.
Good enough for me.
Terrified.
Since they broke, we didn't even put this in the news. Kotaku and Polygon broke the embargo on.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
Like savages, they just like fuck it, we don't care.
And
They
then
start. It's
Sony-
full. Just stream the game.
Yeah.
And then Sony's been fucking cracking down on that shit, like blah 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 lawsuits, bitches.
Kotaku, I love Kotaku. They're the only people who actually put out news and scoops anymore. Like they're the only real journalisms left in fucking video games. But
Dirty.
they don't give a shit.
I love both.
They've
of
already
them.
been
Star
blacklisted
Citizen.
by
I don't wanna talk about
Bethesda
Star
and
Citizen.
We're not
Ubisoft.
talking about Star Citizen.
They won't talk to them anymore. And now here's going to be another one.
ED though, bud.
But they
Arctic
also
games.
already put out the first review because they don't give a shit about the embargo anymore. And their review is pretty good apparently. So
Like I said, I know the game's gonna be good. I know the game looks beautiful. Nothing. I'm not saying anything bad about the game. It just doesn't appeal to me. It doesn't have anything that like is going to draw me back in.
and Zach, missions. I don't count run and fetch randomly procedurally generated missions as a mission.
No, there's
that.
3 story arcs, like full story arcs.
How do they do story arcs on procedurally
There are
generated?
3
All right.
full story arcs.
It'll be interesting to see how like
I am too.
And like I said,
Yeah. Well, anyways.
nothing
anyway.
negative about the game. It just
I
doesn't
think
have the
that
appeal
as you
to
get
me.
closer to the universe, everything comes closer and closer packed together.
Yes.
So things get more repeatable and therefore more obvious that you can find people. Like
I think. I think the closer to the center of the universe you get, the more people you're going to run into.
if it's
it's
the
gonna
way they're
take a while to get
describing.
there and a lot of hard work.
Okay, think about this. It's the way they're describing. If it's like a real universe, it's like 1 for 1 basically, like they're describing. You could put every single person that's Earth up there in the space. You just put them randomly. None of us will never see each other.
You know,
They
I
said-
remember the math. The math was if you went to every single one of these planets
1
and you
second.
spent 1 second, it would take longer than the universe has been alive.
So
It was like
to get them all.
It was
Yeah.
like 950 million years
Way longer.
to visit every planet for 1 second.
No, it was like 10 to like the 10 to the 20.
So the chance you're ever going
Yeah,
to see anyone,
absurd.
That's awesome.
if this game sells really well, I'm going to say, I don't know what their expectations are, but if this game sells like 4 or 5 million copies, I'd say it's done well.
I agree with
from
that.
my
Yeah,
expectations.
I see that. Yeah.
It
You
sold
put
me.
fi-
I'm picking it up.
Let's say
It's
it
good enough
does.
for me.
It's ready on my
Let's say it's
PS4
outrageous. It
right
takes off, and you put 10 million people up there. None of them will ever see each other.
Yeah.
Because you could put 320 million people up there, and nobody will ever.
When Sean Murray was
Okay.
asked straight up, in the future, will you ever allow multiplayer and or co-op? His answer to that is, we might do updates later that will have co-op. That was his exact
You
words.
just want. I want people to stop worrying about that. I just want because like this is one of those games that needs to be joined on. It's like the
Yes,
journey.
it's perfect for
it
me.
It has to be enjoyed on a intimate and personal level.
Yeah.
Enjoy what you see. Whatever you remember, what you see in that game, nobody fucking else has seen. And that's something that you should take and actually truly appreciate. And I don't want people
I can pull
to
up
try to
Photoshop,
make.
draw a picture you've never seen before either.
That's fine, but that's fine. But can I interact with it? Can I shoot the fucking giant monsters in your
Make
picture?
you that.
See, I feel bad because I feel like I'm in Peter's corner here, but he's making our corner seem asinine.
Well, that's the other side. But like, no,
So
you-
people's expectations are up here.
having
I'm
multiplayer
trying
is
to put
going to
them
be
down
great.
here, so we meet somewhere like here.
Having multiplayer will be great, but what I want from the game has, and I don't care if I
Yes.
get an hour of enjoyment out of it. First for me, it's $60 though. That's
Is that worth it?
Well, we'll see what happens. We'll see
hey,
what happens.
We've had a whole
We'll see.
conversation about this.
you know I'm about to fucking say that
About
it's not
this-
going to be worth $60.
This input versus output here.
As soon as they said it was $60, I was like, I don't know. Like that's what pulled me back from it because I was expecting like, hey, we're indie. It's gonna be a $30 fucking game. Everyone gets to enjoy it, and I was like, go Sean Murray.
I wouldn't even go that far. I'd say the game's probably going to be fine. It's probably going to be exactly what they've always said. But I think people themselves are just making it so much more than it is.
Exactly.
People are like, I'm not going to sleep. I'm
Because
like, dude,
people
chill.
don't know what
Go
the
get some
fuck-
sleep. It's going to be
Yeah.
fine. Like
the universe will be there when you wake up.
Yeah,
the game
absolutely,
is not
100%.
going to be that. It's like 15 people in that studio.
It's because everyone's worried about them. We're going to find out planets have already been found by other people, but people are not grasping the size of
No,
this
they're
fucking
not.
game.
They are absolutely not.
If people
You will
actually
get to name
understood the gravitas of the numbers that they're throwing out there,
you, but that's
they
how-
would shut the fuck
That's
up.
part of the problem. Like procedurally generated is fine for like strategy games and stuff you're gonna like play and stuff like that. But part
Or
of
even
the problem
with,
with
like,
procedure generated is like nobody's telling you any stories because everything's random. You get in that fucking planet that no one's been to, it doesn't mean anything to anyone. Nobody designed that for you. There's no story there. It's just shit put together.
Yeah, but that's exactly how a galaxy would be, and there could still be a story.
But
in
you
it.
see, you may
just
not
never-
appreciate
you've never,
that. You may not appreciate it.
yeah.
When I played Minecraft, I
do.
created my own fucking stories. I would see these epic fucking cliffs with this crazy shit over. I'm like, this looks fucking cool.
Oh, my kid
Let me
role
imagine.
plays.
Let me imagine how this train was
So you
made.
run around Minecraft, you can't build anything. How long are you gonna enjoy that for?
you
'cause
can
you
build
can't-
stuff in this game.
What can you
Yep.
build?
Your ships and
crafting.
shit. Like
Yep.
I think you can like start like play.
They said there's no bases yet.
The update added player bases and stuff.
No, they said they'll bring bases.
They're
but
gonna
it's
bring
not in
bases.
there.
That's fine. Who cares? I'm exploring something that isn't fucking all blocky and shit. Like, let me like. It's gonna be cool. Like, okay,
Sure, it'll be
you
cool.
believe it's gonna be short lived, but from what it sounds like, they're gonna be completely updating it. Let it be short lived for a lot of those people. I know it's something that, for me personally, is something that I can get hours of enjoyment at, and I plan on making that my Sunday stream because I will play the game differently than a lot of people, maybe the same as a lot of people. So you play No Man's Sky your way, then you can come to my channel and see, well, Josh, he's not building or doing nice and exploring stuff. He's just fucking killing everybody and being a
Pro
dick.
Defenseman, our stream schedule is literally in the Twitch right below in the info. You can see the whole thing there. As soon as this ends, the background wallpaper to the stream has our stream schedule as well. So
Yep.
you can see it right there. We stream every day except... No, we stream every
Every day. Every day there's a stream
And our
going
pretty
on,
pictures,
so-
as Peter said, are right below.
Yeah, I stream Sundays and Wednesdays.
But you should always click on my face because that takes you to my Twitter.
I think you should
Monday is
follow my Twitter.
podcast. Brandon is Tuesday. Wednesday is Bog the Smelly Josh over here. Thursday would be Six behind the camera.
selling just yourself.
Friday
There's
is
more than
Peter
just
here.
you here.
And Saturday is myself.
And then right now, every second Saturday, we just did the last one. You guys are doing your indie podcast, which is a new podcast every second Saturday. So not this Saturday, but the next one after will be that again.
And that will be at 12 o'clock Pacific time.
We're also working on
afternoon.
bringing a tabletop stream in somehow. We don't know the logistics of that yet, but we're figuring it out. And then our Patreon goal at $100, which we're only $25 away from.
25,
so,
yeah.
We start our girls podcast, which is just all the girls in our lives talking about women stuff and gaming.
And they
I mean
don't
that in
have
the best way
beards.
possible. It's not derogatory at all. So a whole different point of view. We need $25 on Patreon, and we'll get that going. So.
Yep. So,
And if
hey,
you click on any of the faces, it goes to the Twitter, not just his.
no, they all go to my Twitter.
No, they
How great would that be if all of them just went to my
Why
Twitter?
would you need that? I need Twitter followers that I can interact with
It's fair.
because I'm so alone on Twitter.
I put some sweet stuff out on Twitter. Just the other day, I put a hue manatee.
Oh, God.
It was a manatee with different
Yeah,
hues.
I saw
it
it.
was true.
I
It was
saw
the
it.
hue. Okay, that was great. Let's
what do you
not.
think of video game based movies now?
Girls
No,
podcast.
Pika. It's not going to be anything like that at all, Pika. It's going to be actual girls that Peter said are in our lives,
Real
and they are
gamers.
legit gamers too.
Yeah.
So they're just going to have their own episode that's going to happen for our Patreons, and it's going to be a really awesome experience both for them and for our community as well, because we don't do that gamer suck girls crap.
Part of
with
the
us.
reason for that
There is
podcast
literally
was
no.
to show.
Let's be clear to everyone that's here. There's no place for feminism or sexism or
Hell no.
racism in this community.
Or
At
fucking
all.
cooties.
Yeah,
So.
we're all about being inclusive. Gaming needs to be a medium that everyone can touch and feel welcome at. So
Absolutely.
And
it's-
the reason
100%.
that I think is going to be so cool is there's games that I generally just don't care about. Like Bioshock's cool. I just don't like it that much.
Mirror's Edge.
Mirror's Edge. There's stuff like that I think there's
I also
some
don't care
interesting
for.
point of views, but none of us really dig
Are
that
into
stuff
it.
too much.
Yep.
So
Okay,
Except
you guys.
Bioshock, I'm into that.
My favorite part of the stream is our developer shout out.
It is neat.
Developer shout out. We appreciate your hard work. James,
Yes, sir.
you are the man with the names. Who is our developer of the night?
Today we have a very special developer.
I was ready for. I was like, there is so much on this table right now. Holy, wow. Good call.
Tonight's developer is a special developer who's worked on many a game. Currently, he works for From Software. His name is Takeshi Suzuki. He was the lead programmer for Dark Souls 3.
Nice.
A very great game. The only Dark Souls game that I have personally enjoyed myself, and I love the hell out of it. He was the lead engineer. This is what I would say is the only game he's made that was god awful. Steel Battalion, Heavy Armor. It was really bad. He was the level designer for Super Smash Bros. Brawl.
Nice.
He was the programming staff on Armored Core 4.
Nice.
Are you ready for this, Josh? He
Yeah.
was a mid-level programmer for Chromehounds.
Fucking Chrome Hounds. Listen here, From
Takeshi
Software.
Suzuki.
From Software is working on IPs. They haven't announced yet. Everyone says that the new one's going to be Armored Core, which I'd be excited for. What if it was Chrome Hounds 2? Zach, I know you're watching. What if it was Chrome Hounds 2?
What if-
Did From Software do?
Yeah.
Armored Core, yeah.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
What if?
It was Fatal Frame.
What
they did
if
too.
they
Shit.
bought the IP rights for Zoids?
Shut up. Shut up.
Let me break your fucking brains.
Bring back Zoids, but from Software? Fuck yes. Fuck yes. Adult Power Rangers? Fuck yes.
Drop
Did
the
that
mic.
actually happen?
What?
It would be cool. It'd be better if it was Gundam, but you know.
I have short-term memory loss. I'm sorry. What was the name again?
Takeshi Suzuki.
That's why I forgot it. Takeshi Suzuki.
Takeshi Suzuki.
Yeah,
The car
there's-
manufacturer. Does he make cars and motorcycles too?
They do make a motorcycle, yes.
Okay, cool.
No, but seriously, those are some phenomenal games. So what you said, Smash, everything from Smash Brothers,
Everything
level
from
design,
Smash Brothers to Otagi, Demon
Wow.
Slayers to Chrome Hounds, Armored Core,
Dark
Souls.
Souls.
Yeah.
What does he do? Is he a programmer?
He has had different roles. Currently, he is the lead programmer for From Software.
You said he did like level
Yeah,
design in Smash Brothers.
Yeah, he did the level design. I'll bring it right back real
so,
quick.
Tons of stuff.
Many talents.
Yeah,
Yep,
man,
lead programmer for Dark Souls, lead engineer for a game, level designers for the game, programming staff, and then
Jesus
and then he
Christ.
was the planner.
Bomberman.
Bomberman, yeah, he was in Bomberman Generation. He was let's see, the BG modeling,
Zoids.
gimmick making, and the gimmick making. And here's one that's personal for me because I fucking love this game. He was the planner for Fatal Frame 2. The Fatal Frame series is pretty boss.
Too spooky for me.
Very spooky, and I loved it. So he has done a lot. Takeshi Suzuki, you the man.
Fat Island
Appreciate
Gaming loves you.
Thank you.
I can't. I literally, you guys can't stop thinking about Zoids now.
Oh,
Well, wait, we did have one question in chat.
We did. We have to finish this. Will there be a price drop on the Wii U?
Oh yeah.
absolutely,
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah, you can get it for like what, $40 now, garage sales.
Jesus, I think it's still $200. Right,
If you-
currently, I
I'll
think.
give you
you
mine
go-
for less than that.
If you go to a brick and mortar store, let's call it GameStop. They're probably holding the door open. It's like the door stop.
I think they're giving them away there.
Yeah.
DBZ, yes, we're going to see a big price drop on it. Yeah,
No, realistically,
$50. They'll drop down to $150.
for Christmas, yeah, $50.
Yep. They'll hit a.
It'll be no. It won't be 150. It'll be 200. It'll be bundled with the game.
It'll come with like every game.
What are they at now? I don't even know.
They're
It's
two.
So long. They're 200.
Are they
right now?
200
I
right
think
now?
so. I think
I'm
so.
gonna look it up right now
Yeah.
because
It'll be probably 200, but bundled with.
But it'll come with like every single game because there's only 10 of them.
There's like 5 games. Yeah.
What
Yeah.
are you put in there?
It'll come with all of them because like
Oh,
why
God.
why not? Like
The entire collection.
yeah, the Wii collection,
The whole thing.
7 games.
They,
Yeah,
could, they
right.
can't even make a greatest hits because it'd be like every game.
yeah, for real.
You're like, was that
looks
really
like-
that
Peter,
great?
I'm convinced this Pika knows you, man.
I
I'm
don't-
convinced.
I don't think I know Pika personally.
I'm thinking that this person knows you.
I don't think so. They're a Twitch power user. I don't know any Twitch power users.
Oh, okay. Well, all right, fair enough then.
Super Mario Maker
304?
is 304.
Yeah, probably
Amazon's
300
usually
then.
cheaper
Hey,
though, so $349
All right,
probably.
I'm gonna
retail.
stop.
We
Check
appreciate that, Gamer Freak.
There was a question. People were asking what Chrome Hounds was because I got really hyped about it.
I answered it.
Okay, well, Chrome.
Please.
In a nutshell, I'll be real quick about it. Real
Josh can
quick
take
about
it
it.
to school.
Okay. What Chrome Hounds was, it was a squad-based mech game. And as a squad-based mech game, what it was is you built a squad, and your squad was your mercenary company. And your mercenary company was hired by one of the 3 nations in a persistent online war called the Neuronymous War. And you went to these specific areas with your squad to do these objectives. When you went to go with your objectives, your squad was like 1 or 5 people with a whole bunch of different fucking mechs. And as you went in with your squad or whatever like that, there was a chance that the objectives would be defended by other players, like another player's squad could defend it. So you didn't know if you were going into a multiplayer game. All you knew is you were going to do an objective, and then you got paid money. You split the money up amongst your group as your mercenary company, and then you built your mechs up. You got parts. You went out. You bought parts. You could only get specific parts for specific. Like that.
All right, can somebody please make a GIF of that?
Oh, for the love of nerd, you're watching right now. Gift that shit. You are the man when it comes to memes and stuff, dude.
And that story's
Make
really
it.
long. I'm over it.
Make it.
Honest, if I'm being honest, I was focused on my dance moves. That was some high level
That was
shit
good.
right there, you guys.
Anyways, that's Chrome Hounds in a nutshell. You had a ton of
Clean.
It was cool.
Can we please, you guys, give everyone a Josh? Can we give him a small round of
Pika.
applause for staying super serious the whole time I was jamming on him?
Yeah, I knew it too. It's Chrome Hounds, the
so
serious
good.
matter.
So good. Yeah. No.
So it was Battle Rattle. If they shut down the servers in 2010, which was the saddest day of all time.
Of your life.
But it was a good game. If they made a second one, it would be perfect. It would be great.
I would be very excited for a second one of that game. I didn't play it like you did, but I
had a
enjoy
full squad up on there.
it. I did enjoy it.
We had a
How
mercenary
did I type?
company.
I'm not even. All right. Did you type something? Okay.
What?
It was my name came up, and I was like, "What? Nova, what's up, Adam?"
Every once in a while, your name pops up. because
Can
they
you
think he doesn't
repeat?
switch it?
Okay, here's our
Can you
Spanish.
do it not in Spanish, but can you just do it in a rap?
No.
And then you dance.
Oh, let's do it.
Sí, Le Meca.
I got you some Spanish. Tengo el tigre en los pantalones.
¿Dónde estás? La
biblioteca.
Ah! Champion. Yes. All right, you guys. Hey, seriously, thank you guys so much.
Wait, we just
oh,
got
we
a
have
new-
another. We have questions.
We got a new person that's
Oh
popped
shit.
in.
Okay, Peter, drop it down.
No, we
Drop-
just I want to say a quick thank you to all the people that followed us during this stream. There's a bunch of you. I am going by email, so if I didn't get it yet, I'm sorry, but still appreciate it. We have from the top DBZ9410. Thanks for following.
DBZ.
Mailer Tech, Pro Defenseman 21, Chicken Fried Rye, and Gamer Freak.
Thank you.
Thank you guys
for all
the
the follows,
follow.
guys.
We hope to see you this week. We have tons of fun chatting with you guys, so come hang out with us every night of the week.
Make sure you guys catch us tomorrow. I will be streaming some more Hyperlight Drifter. If you haven't seen that game, it's absolutely beautiful. It's a really fun story to follow. I'll be streaming at 8 p.m. Pacific time.
It's a gorgeous game.
Super fun, right?
Are you almost done with it?
I'm about halfway through.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's still tons of
Zach just
Dragon
beat it, right?
Con.
Zach, did you just beat Hyperlight
Zach,
Drifter?
Zach beat it. Yes.
Are you guys familiar with Dragon Con?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. DBZ would like to know if we're going to be there.
Negative. Nope.
No. Okay.
We will be at PSX is our next plan. We will not be at Gamescom, but we'll probably be at E3.
Our plan is E3 next year, and we're
PSX and E3.
playing around with maybe Gamescom next year.
Okay.
It's going to be either E3 or Gamescom. We got to do both.
Let's do both.
That's a big budget.
Yes, it is.
Probably be at Phoenix Comic Con. At least one of us will. We usually
Oh, yeah.
always end up there somehow.
I'll be at Comic Con for sure.
So
Thank you so much, you guys.
Okay,
This was
Sam.
Fat Chat episode 39. We're almost at our 40. We'll be doing something super special for our 1 year, so make sure you guys look out for that. We've got some really fun plans with you. Like they said, we will be streaming every single night, so make sure you, if you haven't already, you follow us.
Yep.
and thank you to all our Patreons. We have Jesse, Andy,
David.
David,
There's so many more. Emilio.
Matt.
Emilio, and
Emilio.
Matt.
Matt.
That's it,
Yeah,
right?
there we go.
The
That's
list is getting
5.
longer. Hopefully
Yeah.
one day I can't remember it
Yep,
all.
it's
Yeah,
good.
one
Yep,
day,
getting
one day
bigger.
we're gonna need paperwork for that stuff.
This episode will go live on YouTube on Friday for free, but if you want to get it early, you can get it for as little as $1 on Patreon. You'll get it on Wednesday, plus a whole bunch of other stuff. We do an exclusive episode every month. We send out shirts. We have board game stuff, all sorts of stuff. So little as $1 gets you into Patreon. If you think it's worth $1 a month, that's 25 cents a week.
That is $12 a year.
Yeah.
We got another, just real quick. This is a very quick question. Gamer Freak wants to know if any of us are going to be streaming Fury. I did see it. I watched the trailer for it. If I get it, I would be willing absolutely to stream it. But I don't know if I'm going to get it.
Fury was the free game last month.
Oh,
And
then it is in my library. Though.
And
I put everything in my library.
I will probably it'll probably be the game I jump into actually after
yeah.
Hyperlight Drifter, because I
Good
actually
idea.
talked about it on the indie podcast we just did, which should be up Wednesday. So if you guys want to hear me talk about Fury, you should check out our indie podcast, which was up Wednesday.
Yeah.
But I called
Looks good.
it the 3D version of Hyperlight Drifter.
Yeah. Yeah, you sure did. You sure did. Don't forget
cool.
to look underneath for all the stream schedules and for all of our Twitter handles.
Click on our faces, find the ones you love, follow us there.
Follow all
Catch
of us.
us next week if you can't make it to any of the live streams for the next Fat Chat every Monday at 10 p.m. We will catch you guys next time, and it was a blast hanging out. Thanks, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Good night.